Hello, my name is Maíra Rocha, and I am a professor at the University of Brasilia. It's a great pleasure to participate to ITQM Congress. I am currently doing my PhD at the same institution in development and international cooperation, and I will present the articles Factor Influence West Sorting for selective collection in a Brazilian monetary institution, co-produced with Professor Ari Mariano and the students Júlia Brito, Bruna Rocha, Gabriel Fernandes, João Gabriel Vale, Maria Elisa Machado, also from the University of Brasilia. Introduction. Waste management is a current and future concern. A municipal solid waste currently constitutes more than 2 billion tons and could double by the year 2100. One way is recycle solid waste. A human behavior is vital to determining the performance and success of an integrated and effective recycle intervention strategy. The lack of information on the selective collection system recently applied in Brasilia, Brazil, interferes with the practical separation of waste at home and work environments. In addition, the recycling done at homes differs from that done in the work environment. So, the research problem are what factors influence selective collection in a work environment? In the corporate world, there are large vertical generators with, according to Brazilian law number 5,610 of February 6, 2060, are buildings with a solid waste production of more than 120 liters per day. Due to this large volume of waste, understand the behavior of the collaborators in an extensive vertical generator is necessary and relevant to literature, thus justifying the research. This research aims to identify the factors influencing selective collection in the work environment. And the methodology, it was exploratory with a quantitative approach through structural equations via variance. The object of study was the perception of employees of a bank entity regarding a selection collection in their work environment. A total 122 respondents were obtained in the final sample. The number of variables in this study was 8, and the model was calculated as reflective. The calculations were performed in the Smart PLA's 3.9 software. And our theoretical review and hypothesis development initializing about the selective waste collection. The garbage is one of the main factors of social and environmental issues. The first project in Brazil related to selective collection in a partnership with waste pickers began in 1986. These partnerships are beneficial because of generation social inclusion and income and address the waste produced by population. The selective collection model currently used in Brasilia, Brazil, is carried out in collaboration with waste pickers. That a work environment that seek actions to increase recycles behavior ends up increasing the motivation of its employees to engage in this activity. Adjacent theory of planned behavior, TPB, states that the human behavior is mainly based on behavioral beliefs, normative beliefs, and beliefs about control. for the equation model of this study as a way to identify which variables impact the recycle intentions, RI, of an individual. The following variables were selected to analyze the relationships. Perceivable moral obligation, PMO, the moral obligation that the individuals believe to have to do to social pressure. Attitude, AT, the attitude of the individuals toward behavior and norms. Subjective norms is SN, according are the norms defined based on normative beliefs and the motivations of the individuals. Perceiving behavioral control, PCB is the power that the individual has in performing behavior that has this desire. Frequency of separation, the frequency at which the individual executes that separation of West. And finally, age and gender. Our results, for the results, to create the model, it was necessary to follow some steps. Step A, calculation of the measurement model. B, measured of the structural model. And C, practical implications. The second stage was calculate the structural model and the hypothesis stats via bootstrapping. The results reveal that recycle intentions are explained more significantly by subjective norms, the perception of the perceived control and attitude. The recycle intention was explained in 49.2% considered and robust explanation of the research hypothesis on gender was not supported. With the practice implication, we have the importance perform map present in this figure. We can infer that the attribute with the most importance in the intention of recycle would be subjective norms, and it's also the attribute with the lowest performance. That is, the attribute should be prioritized in possible action to encourage selective collection. In the subjective norms criterion, the interviewers demonstrated that was most encouraged than to separate washed in the support of the family and the support of the central bank's management, indication in the yellow color on the graphic. And in the attitude criterion, it is interesting to realize that the only aspect rejected from the criterion concerns the recycle cooperatives. In the perceived behavioral control criterion, most items were discarded with validation. Um, in the perceived behavior obligation criterion, the most relevant item, according to the interviewers, is the fact that separate waste, it's a behavior to protect the environment. Using the factors found in the map, the company could create an event open to the family, which workshops on the selection collection and this impact on the environment, lectures that lead to understand of the work, the solid waste picker and its product system. So the variable with the most significant importance was subjective norms, but was also the one which the lowest performs. When analyzing the motivations in the map of importance performance, among the decisions factors were the support of the family, the direction of the central bank with the opportunity to reduce costs. In parallel to this, employers states that despite environment concerns, they do not have adequate facilities to perform select collections, and this inconvenience directly affects the separation of waste. For those interested, here are the references using the articles. And thank you so much for watching the presentation. Follow my contacts for those who want to contact me. Thank you again, and bye bye.